Hello, fabulous friends and fans. Welcome to your Jupiter special. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. In July of 2014 and until August of 2015, Jupiter will be moving through the sign of Leo. Now, wherever Jupiter goes, so go our biggest and brightest blessings. Jupiter moves through a sign about once every year or so, and during that time brings expansion, opportunity, luck, new perspectives, new people, and just an overall feeling of faith that things really can get better. And it's largely because of that faith that things very often do. Now, while Jupiter is moving through the sign of Leo, he will have a series of very harmonious conversations with planet of surprises and sudden happenings and really very quick energy that changes just about everything, in some cases overnight. A conversation of supreme harmony with Uranus in the months of September of this year of 2014, and then in March and June of 2015. This to me suggests that our blessings, our opportunities, and our sense of greater possibility and greater faith is likely to be a lot bigger than we previously would necessarily anticipate. And it's likely to come on much by surprise and likely to come on rather quickly as well. By the time we get to the end of this move of Jupiter through the sign of Leo, Jupiter will, in August, just before leaving the sign of Leo, begin a series of conversations with Saturn. Now, this conversation is not as pleasant, harmonious as the conversations that Jupiter is going to be having with Uranus, but rather this is a conversation that we astrologers like to call a square. It's a conversation that says action, that says tension, yes, but largely it says motivation. Make something happen, make a change happen. And this to me suggests that while we are going to have our blessings, all of us in some area of life are going to notice progress and expansion. By the time we get to the end of this transit, we are going to notice things starting to get serious and also things starting to get a little more real, where it becomes about greater substance as well. Because this particular conversation will be happening with Saturn in the sign of Scorpio. Now, while Jupiter will be moving through the sign of Leo and speaking with Uranus as well, and Uranus right now through most of this decade in the sign of Aries, I see this year of Jupiter moving through Leo as a time when we are likely to welcome a phenomenon, someone that we could say is sort of like an overnight success that pretty much would be unheard of before this transit begins, but seemingly overnight seems to take over the entire cultural narrative. Overnight becomes the only thing that people want to talk about. And so once in a while in a culture, we have these people who sort of come along and all of a sudden they capture the media attention, capture the cultural attention. Just as important as this idea of the birth of new icons represents, I also think that given that this move, this transit of Jupiter moving through the sign of Leo right at the very end speaks with Saturn in the sign of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is a sign that looks at the taboo, looks at the rejected, looks at the underbelly of a thing, what we normally consider not anything desirable, to see the beauty in that thing. I think this is likely to represent an important shift and cultural moment for all of us, where there's going to be such a sort of spinning wheel around a few select people and such an emergence of at least one very dominant icon, if not several, that this is going to be an important moment when we start to see and start to ask ourselves if what is it that we really want, who our idols are really going to be. Is there a deeper reality playing out? Well, there always is, but it's about acknowledging it and it's about seeing it and recognizing that ultimately it is depth and it is complexity that can be the most beautiful and really can bring about the greatest blessings. And in our own lives, we will see this as well, where we might, some of us, get caught up in show for a little while, but eventually we will be led to understand that it isn't so much about the show. It's about understanding what's happening on deeper levels and allowing that to speak through and allowing joy and lightness and beauty shine from those very places that maybe we didn't know those qualities were there before. It's going to be a really exciting transit, a really wonderful year, and how all this speaks to you in your sign and how Jupiter blesses you in your life for the coming year is coming up right now. Thank you for watching. To jump to your sign, just click on the link below or on your screen. It'll be a great year, a great transit. Enjoy.